start. And if Proteus is usually a little late. I just for this timing and maybe 5 o'clock start makes it even worse. But we'll see. So fate stuff. I'll just say some stuff happened. Because the conversations were private, and it's up to you to decide how and when you interact. So, Chosens of Odyssey, Heroes of the Oracle, what would you like to do?
Who was the last to talk to the Fates?
That was me, I believe.
Oh, yeah. Well, you come out?
Yeah, I come out and I'm quite angry.
Did we want to... I know you expressed an interest in possibly going up to the top cave in search of dragons.
Yeah, dragon eggs. That's what I wanted to do, but only if we're ready for it.
Well, are we likely to encounter an angry dragon parent? My knowledge of dragon behaviour in this respect, I'll defer to your knowledge, O Dragon Lord.
Well, we could quite well meet an angry dragon, of course, but I intend to talk to them. Surely they can see the benefit of me raising their child and riding it in a mutually beneficial manner to protect the world. Sounds convincing to me. Does that sound convincing to you, Okobolo?
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, if we meet an angry dragon, it won't be angry for long, right?
Yes. What say you, Magnus? You're not scared of a dragon or two, are you?
I'll kill as many dragons as I can.
Yeah, we're not going there to flat out murder dragons. We're there to enlist them into our help and perhaps to lend me an egg. But if we may need to, of course, we've done it before, sometimes dragons are dicks. That's true. So, yes, cool. So, shall we forge on up to the top? At the very least, we might get to see our next destination.
All right.
Yeah.
So leaving the lair of the hags, the fates, maybe living with your decisions as you head out into the forest. But as I've said before, the rain is just absolutely pelting down in this place. Despite the rocky, there's no rock at all. It's just no fauna at all. It's just thundering down with rain, and there's a fairly difficult climb, but very doable up to this cave that you spotted at the top of the island. The only cave you haven't effectively come to. So we'll just say you climb up the top, going across the craggy peaks until you're a good 100 or so feet away from the entrance of the cave, where you stop and take pause.
Can I look for any sign of habitation within the cave? Anything untoward? Animals, beasts, that sort of thing?
By doing so, are you going in the cave?
Well, just looking around the outside of the cave initially, just to make sure, see if there's any sign of anything entering or leaving or that sort of thing.
Sure. Make a nature or survival check.
Nature boy or survival boy? I think I'll do survivor. Yeah.
Yeah. Damus, not so sure. But Particles, this is seemingly more your jam. No, actually, no. You don't see any tracks outside. No, nothing that would indicate this cave is even habitable. Like no tracks, no scratches, no poop. Nothing.
no more bones like down at the lake or anything like that.
Nope. No, just a fairly mundane-looking cave.
What's the size of the cave entrance? Is it like big enough to fit a Geigen, or is it?
Oh yeah, it's a decent-sized cave, like maybe 20 feet by 20 feet. That sort of entrance. Definitely big enough for a Geigen to go through.
Okay. All right. Well, no rest like the wicked. Okobolo, would you mind getting your schnoz out and giving it a big huff and see if you can smell anything down there?
Sniff, sniff, sniff. Yes.
Okay, so survival or perception, I think, at advantage with your
Perception at advantage. Yes.
with your big sniffer.
Did that come through?
You do, natural 20, so
Natural
that's a good thing. So, you do get a whiff of something. Just 1 second.
He smells love.
Sorry, he's got to check my notes here. You do get something, so...
Hold up, guys.
Indigo.
Something smells a bit weird here. Let me have another couple sniffs.
Damas tries to sniff as well.
Sure.
I'm not going to roll on it. He smells the rain.
Okay, it's an odd sort of smell that you get. It's partly, it's a weird mix of a smell you might get from a mammal, like a dirty old game type mammal. You also get a whiff of a lizard's smell as well. You don't recognize, you don't know what it is, but you do get the smell.
What was sorry.
I'll
Go.
relay that to the party and also say it doesn't seem like these two smells should be in the same place at the same time. Like, if a lizard's there, if a big lizard's there, then a big game animal shouldn't be in there as well. So maybe it's something that's a bit of both.
What was our escort to the hags? That was like lion's body, like a centaur,
Lamia.
but, a centaur, but with a lion's body. Was that correct? Yeah, the lamia, was it? Yeah.
Yeah, the Lamia's got the body, half
torso
lion, half
of a-
woman. Yeah, that's the one it's doing. Torso of a woman. Yep, and the rest
Are either
are
of the scents similar to their scent?
similar. Yes, the animal smell is fairly similar, but the reptile one is kind of throwing you through a loop.
Okay. Well, that sounds like that's potentially dangerous. We should be on our guards, but I see no reason why not to. I mean, of course, it doesn't seem like there's dragons there. Like, it's a lizard smell you smelt, not a big scaly dragon. Is that correct?
Yeah, lizard, not dragon.
Okay, well, we can check it out, but if we don't need to, well, so fine.
Yeah. Well, how about we set a trap? See if we can lure it out here.
Well, if we do set a trap, I mean, do they smell particularly evil, these lizards? Maybe they're nice lizards. There are a couple of friendly lizards that used to hang out at the Temple of the Five, just hanging on the wall. I'd hate to kill the endangered lizard of the Island of the Fates, for instance. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But sure, yeah. Well, we can set a trap.
I've seen nothing that isn't evil on this island. This island fucking sucks.
Yes.
Everything on it is evil.
Well, the host was not too bad. The hags were terrible, but our little Lania was very friendly. I felt quite sorry for that one.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're right. But, okay, if we lure it out and with an ambush prepared, we don't actually have to spring the ambush, though, do we?
Sure, okay. Well, so shall I lure it out now? Let's go.
With your natural 20 on your perception, you know that there's more than one.
More than one?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's more than one of them. Yeah, cool.
Shall I yell down the cave then? Lure them out into the open?
So this cave entrance, is there a vantage point above the mouth of the cave to sort of set up to strike down onto it, like jump onto whatever's coming out, or
Not really. It's pretty much a sheer cliff face. And there's a lot of verticality in this island, and this one's no exception.
Right. Out front of the cave, is there are there cliffs there? Like, is there a falling danger if we get into a melee out in front of the cave?
Yes. Yep.
Right.
Oh, shall we go in then? If we're afraid of the edge, if we go in.
But, you know what? I never said I was afraid of the edge. Me and the edge are good friends. Or just some of our less acrobatic types might be a little bit weirded out by it. Tell you what, if there's a way to have our squishier castery types against like hidden behind a rock or something like that, and then the martial types out front.
Yeah, and I'll happily take the rear in case we get ambushed from behind. My skills with the shield and what have you. You know what? Actually, this might sound quite good. I wouldn't mind to decapitate a lizard or two. I could put it in my shield and gain lizard powers.
Yeah, but only if they're evil, right?
Yes, no, of course. All right, no, yes, of course.
Excellent. So,
Particles and Magnus, are you happy to come?
Yes, we're happy to come in. So, so what you were saying was basically I'm in the middle, you're behind me, and Magnus and Okobolo will be in the front. And yes, that seems like a good plan.
Sure.
Are we going to do any sort of stealth in our entry, or have you already been yelling cooey down?
I've been yelling down, but I have been talking at normal volume. But I see no reason why we shouldn't attempt to stealth. Can I ask Magnus? Can you see in the dark?
I think I can see it in the... let me check.
Particles, you can't, right?
No, I'm half elf, so I have.
Oh yes,
dark
yes.
vision.
No, fantastic. All right, and old Minotaurs can see in the dark, and
yeah, I think it was just Proteus.
just Proteus who can't see. Well, while he's a little bit, well, you know what's happening. He's spending some time with the three hags, a little bit more time because he agreed to whatever they said. I think so. He came back with information, so maybe he's having some extra time with the hags.
Possibly.
Okay. Well, let's sneak down and see how we go. Oh, I can control water. What does that mean? Yes. Fantastic. All right, shall I re-roll a sneak, not a
Yep.
sneak attack, a stealth?
Stealth all around, please.
And I'm gonna not even look at my stealth and pretend that I got good. All right, be very careful. After you, Okobolo and Magnus.
How do I do the disadvantaged one?
So you should just click on it and automatically do it, I think.
If
'Cause you're
not,
wearing
just
the
roll
chainmail.
twice. There. Oh, wow.
Yeah. Oh.
Hey,
Where'd he go?
Okay, let me just check some numbers here.
Please.
Okay, so you're sneaking into the cave, right?
Yes.
Okay. So keep in mind, you all think you're perfectly stealthy, regardless of the role. You think you did a good job.
Yeah.
And actually, you discover a source of water on the island. It seems to be draining out, like, into a underground cavern or something. But this appears to be the source of the water. It's quite strange. And you see some dead bodies scattered around. Look like just from a glance they could be sailors.
Do they look? Are they wearing the same uniform as what was on the boat?
What uniforms are on the boat?
Oh no, just like you know how they had the sailors like on the boat that we've taken. This might be the place where,
Oh, I see what you're saying.
where what's his name sacrificed his sailors.
Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, make an investigation check on one of the bodies.
All right. Investigation.
You don't think so. If nothing else, that these bodies look relatively fresh. Where you'd think if they were sacrificed by Easter Arkelington, they'd be a lot older than this.
Looking at the bodies, do they look like they've been attacked by anything lizard-like or mammalian?
None of you can answer that. I mean, lizards use claws, mammals use claws, so I'm not sure how you could
Do
distinguish.
they look like they've been attacked by something bestial?
Oh yes, definitely. Yep, not like a sword. Looks like gouging and clawing and biting.
I do
And-
like silent hand signals to try and get one of you guys to look at it.
Something else
and-
you'll notice as well, and include to the gouging, there's lots of spikes embedded in them, like a porcupine, those type of things, but like just natural spikes.
I heard that the Romans used to eat hedgehogs and they'd bake them in clay, and then just after they were finished, the clay would have all the hedgehog quills in. That's what I heard.
So I would like to just investigate these quills or spikes or
Quills, that's a good word. Yep.
similar, and remove them from the body there, just to maybe let Okobolo maybe give a bit of a sniff to see if he can smell anything on them, like potential poison or similar.
Sure.
Yeah.
Make a perception at advantage again. With your magic nose.
I did roll.
Okay, and sit over there.
Didn't come through. Oh, there it is.
15. Yeah, in your opinion, Okobolo, there's no poison on these. They're just nasty. You wouldn't want to be stabbed by one, but they're not poisonous in your opinion.
Can any of you guys think of a creature that would have this, like a lizard that shoots quills, or a lizard mammal that shoots quills?
You ever heard of any legendary animals like that, or any strange beast?
Make a history check.
Oh, history! Yeah, I'm quite a nature history buff.
Yes. There's this deadly thing called a porcupine.
So, Particles, if you just want to take it as written that you cast Mage Armor at the start of every day and just take out that spell slot, you can do that because there's no
I
good.
just did that. Take out the spell slot. That was all.
Sure. Because there's no real reason why a magic user would ever not want to cast Mage Armor. So, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I was just making sure the one slot was already used. That's okay.
Yeah, sure. So, Particles, with these bits of information you put together, the fact that Okobolo's told you it's not poisonous, and that it shoots spikes, you've heard of a creature called a manticore. And manticores are known to fly, and they're known to shoot spikes, and overall just considered quite nasty.
Oh,
I thought they sort of had, and I could be misremembering, poisonous sting as well. But we're going down. I'm going to drop out of the Discord so that we can. Oh, has Riley taken his food upstairs? No, I don't think so. Where is he? Oh, okay. He's got his headphones on. So, tell us if we get any feedback in terms of sound.
Sure.
good one. Right, guys, this is really interesting. I want to see a manicore.
Yeah, I think so. I'm amped for it, I think.
I'm going to climb up onto this ledge here.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, you're going to cross the water? Oh, goodness. Yes.
Yeah.
So these are 5-foot cliffs here, not terribly problematic. And just in case it matters, the water is difficult terrain.
Okay. Well, Magnus, I'll happily follow your lead. I'll stick close to Particles in case I need to protect him. $12 extra hit points. Where did I do it? I think you don't. It was the divination to come to the island rather. Oh no, I did it. I did. No, I did. Yes, you should still have it, Magnus, because it's. I did it down by the lake when we were choosing which cave to go into. So yes, you do, Magnus. Yes, you do.
Those are temporary hit points, though.
Yep, 10 hit points.
Yes.
All right. Well, we'll follow through? Shall we, Particles? Boom, 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 boom.
These bodies as well. Do you think it worthwhile us checking them for any items?
Oh, loot. Oh, yes. No, I presumed our investigations would have thrown up some loot, but sure.
Yeah.
Can we check the bodies?
Yeah, they're there's nothing of note on them. No gold, no treasure, no serviceable armor, no serviceable weapons.
Cool.
Boom, 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 boom.
After you, Magnus. And I'll stay at the rear, Particles. You swap places with me. Thank you.
Maybe I should scroll up so I can actually see where I'm going.
Do you see a big pile of
There's a big-
bones? Yeah.
Yeah, big pile of bones, guys.
10 bones, 10 bones, 10 pile of bones.
Yeah.
All right. Everybody just pause there for a second. Back you go, Mr. Okobolo. Whoops.
Well,
Come back here, because that's
Yep.
what's going to trigger it. And just roll for initiative, and then once everybody's in, I'll explain what happens.
Excellent.
Good evening. Can you hear me?
hey!
Hey!
Hey, just
Perfect
in time to
timing.
roll for initiative.
I had some sound issues, so yeah, let me just start up. Sorry, I did forget about the early start.
That's all right.
Initiative.
It's all good. You will wait for you to get in, and then I'll explain to everybody what's going on.
Manticore.
Now, the only problem, Proteus, you don't have dark vision, do you? You're in a dark cave. What are you doing? Maybe we'll start there.
I've got a candle.
Candle. Okay.
He would have been, because I was manning the rear, so he'd be at least in front of me where Particles is.
Now, since you were saying a candle, I'm going to give you a very limited dim.
I might use that candle as a fire arrow, a la Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, I've been playing a bit of Baldur's Gate lately. Such a good game.
I've restarted again. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got up to Act 3 in my first playthrough, just sort of steadily drips and drabs. It's very fun.
Proteus in the cave may be, we believe, possibly Manticore.
Oh no.
The island.
Yeah, more than one manticore. Manticores.
Manticore.
Initiative, is it? Alright, let me just whip up a little
A
initiative there
manticore.
for you. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
Tonight I'm going to roll nothing but 20s. No, I don't know. That'd be great. That won't happen.
So, Proteus. So,
Who's Magnus
everybody...
again? Oh, yes, that's right. That's right. That's right. We've got a new member. I forgot.
There we go.
Everybody except Damus gets surprised by this. So Proteus, so what you see, as you see, one manticore comes flying up from behind these rocks. Another one comes flying up beside this pillar. And they all rolled stealth checks and they beat everybody's except for Damus's, which is why Damus is not surprised. And emerging from the bones, you see two little baby manticores. You think maybe these are a mated pair? And
I can't even see them.
well, that's a problem.
I can't even see Okobolo.
So
I'm at the front of the ledge.
The what? Which ledge? What ledge? I can't see anything.
I know. Can you see
That
up
rock,
there?
rock ledge that you're in front of, I'm at
Yes.
the other end of that. I'm about,
Like over here.
yeah.
Above you.
that's what you get for taking a candle into a cave, my friend. And I just posted in Discord what a manticore actually looks like. And now it kind of makes sense now what Okobolo was saying. Half lizard, half mammal. It's a weird thing. But that's what you find. So these two manticores fly up into the air to get a good shot. We'll say they're 20 feet up in the air. As in mighty
Where are
wings.
they?
Oh, this take a candle is
I
a
shout
problem.
out to my friends. Yeah.
How high would you say the ledge is?
They're 5 feet.
5.
So like where you're up, Magnus, you're 5 feet up, but they're 20 feet flying in there being winged creatures. Proteus, can't even see them to start with, so that's a problem. Particles, you're
Damus.
flat-footed as well. You don't know what to do. Damus, you get to act now, if you can see something.
Okay, well, I'm going to grasp my bag of incense around my neck and go into a prophetic trance. I secretly roll 2 d20s to you. So with the old DM, is it? No.
No, like that.
What do I call it? Did that secret roll it to you? Cool. 2 GR base D20. There we go. And that's 1.
Yep.
And at any stage, I can freely replace any D20 roll with these.
And the extremes are good, right? Because a natural 20 could be good for you, and a natural 1 could be bad for them. So Damus, yes, I see those rolls. So you cast your portents, you roll some dice, smoke some incense.
I shake some incense and puff it up, and I might just climb up onto here.
Okay,
And that
athletics
will be me.
check DC 10. It's 5 foot, so
Go
it's not.
Someone, okay, well, athletics is my DC 10. Goodness, I did it.
Yeah,
Awesome.
so you scoop up. I mean, it's a 5 foot wall. It's not trivial, but it's not particularly hard either. So Damas, casting your portent and getting ready. For those of you who see this, which might only be Okobolo.
Here you go.
So these are the little baby ones. One of them moves to the west. This one, however, is batting its wings. And it just, with a quick flick of its tail, 3 spikes come hurtling towards you. These will be at advantage since you didn't see it coming. Okay, so the first tail spike rolls a 14. You're aware enough, Alcobola, that it sails over your head. Then another tail spike comes for a 16, which I believe that one will hit.
That will hit, yes.
You have 4 points of piercing damage, and then a third tail spike comes circling in your direction with a natural 20 for 14 points of damage.
I'm gonna use one of my things. I'm gonna stop that natural 20. Yeah, I'm gonna make it a 2.
Make it
Rolled
a 2.
a 2 on the dice.
Well, it's at advantage, so I'll say it just turns it into a miss. It's a bit fuzzy because you replace one dice, but we'll just say it misses. So total damage here, just 4 points of piercing damage as these spikes fly out. Then the manticore kind of flies back a little bit. Okobolo, you're still flat-footed. The other manticore is going to do the same thing for your Okobolo. 3 tail spikes at advantage. A dirty 20, a dirty 20, and a 21. I think you're going to eat all of those. So, total of 25 points of damage. As you just get slammed with these things. Magnus, you're flat-footed. So you can't do anything. Now, this little guy will fly over there. Proteus, looking by candlelight. You hear Okobolo screaming? I don't know if Okobolo screams, but he definitely took some damage. What do you do?
Ouch! Oh, ouch! Oh, ouchie!
Where are they, Damas?
To the north.
Okay.
Make an athletics check to get up that ledge, Proteus. DC 10.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yep, no problem.
Still can't see the buggers. There's Okko. I see Okko. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's my 30. I'll sit tight.
You don't want to get out a better light?
I will actually, Bardic Inspiration on Okobolo.
Okay, Bardic
Just in
Inspiration.
case.
Cool.
You have to catch any barbs, Okko, that come my way.
Cool.
Okay, so your bonus action. You are literally holding up a candle in a dark, dank cave.
I will prepare an action, and if any manticore pounces on me, it comes within my vision, then I'll fire off an arrow.
Got it. Okay, Particles.
Oh, well, I can illuminate one of the manticores a little bit. I shall firebolt one of the manticore, the one that I can see, which is
That's
that one.
fine, I assume. Okay, fireball away. Firebolt away. 12. Crashes on the far side of the cave. That's a miss.
But at least he'd have some idea where it is by the fact that the bolt of flame flew across that way. I will move a little bit, just so we're not standing in a big group.
You do see this one get lit up momentarily as the fireball goes past Proteus. So
is that visible to him or no?
yeah, briefly. So Proteus, you can you can use your prepared action now if you like.
I will actually do that. Here we go.
A 14 with a short bow of cupidity hits.
Oh, it does.
Yes.
Right.
8 points of piercing damage.
8 damage.
Nice.
And I wonder whether I should use charm. No, I won't.
Okay. Cool. Okay. And then as the fireball goes past, it disappears from your sight, so you can't see it, but you saw it just enough as the fireball went past. So it's your prepared action. Particles, are you done?
Yeah, I'd moved and I had fired my firebolt, so yes, I think I'm done.
Sure. Okay, Damas.
I'm going to move up to here. I'm going to toll the dead on the old injured one.
Sure.
This way up here.
So wisdom.
And I'm going to, make a wisdom saving throw, please.
It fails with a 5.
Cool, so 2d8 coming up.
No, 2d12. It's injured.
Oh, 2d12, it's injured, that's right. Boom, it gives me the thing. Yes. Hello, 10 points of damage. And then as a little bonusy action, I'm going to just do a little, might do a second level healing word of my old mate Okobolo. I know he doesn't like me touching him in combat.
Just in combat.
Have 10 healing, please.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so tolling the dead. The Manticore doesn't like it. He's shaking his head with blood dripping out his ears. Not good. That'll do that. It swings. What's its? Yes. The Manticore. Okay, it's going to fire another 3 at Okobolo. This time not at advantage, just straight rolls. An 8, a 19, and a 21.
I think that the 19 I'll make an 11, if that helps.
So 11 on the dice would make it a 16, which I think will still hit.
Damn it. Oh well. Worth the risk.
So 2 more spikes. Thump into your chest, Okobolo. You take 21 points of piercing damage.
Oh.
And it's just hovering back, keeping its distance, using its natural ability of flight to to mess you up, Okobolo. Now, do I need to ask what Okobolo is going to do?
Oh, I'm so angry. So very angry at this. Go into a rage and they're both up in the air, or one's on the ground, or
No, they're both 20 feet in the air, which is pretty much the top of the cavern roof.
8 feet in the air. Okay, it's time for the javelin of lightning, I think.
Sure.
On one of these guys.
Keep in mind, the Javelin of Lightning acts just like a javelin if there's only one target. Might do a little bit more damage.
It will, yeah. It'll do more damage.
Sure.
Why not? Yeah. Maybe, yeah. Instead of that, I will boost over this way. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. over to, say, here.
Just make me a dexterity and acrobatics or athletics check as you flaunt off this 5-foot cliff. DC 10 once again. Oh, terrible roll, but good enough for Okobolo. Do a nice little barrel roll on land underneath the manticore, it looks like.
Yeah. I can't be there. I'll be here.
Okay.
Is that work?
Sure.
And I'm going to just attack it with a hand axe.
Sure.
Ah!
Yes, beautiful.
Natural
Okay,
20.
roll damage.
Plus.
Another d6. Oh, nice. The hand axe lodges right in the creature. A bit of blood pours down on your Okobolo, but you've seen worse.
Yeah. I'm going to be like, come on down and get me, you big chicken. And that's my turn, thank you.
All right. The manticore looks down at you, blood still gaping from this hand axe wound, and it's going to fire straight down with 3 more tower spikes. A 10, a 12, and another 12. So the 3 tower spikes just fly right past you, and they all miss. But it continues to hover above you 20 feet up in the air. Magnus.
Riley's just stepped away for a moment.
Yeah.
Oh,
Back down.
he's
Riley!
back. He's back.
Oh, he's gone back to his room, sorry.
Yeah.
Which I should you do as well.
Can I try and sneak up
Well, do you want
to the second manticore that's not hurt?
Yes, you can. Both of them are flying up in the air, though. So,
I mean, I can't reach it, but I'm just trying to get closer without it seeing me.
sure, absolutely. Make me a stealth check.
As a battle master fighter, you know about flanking stuff. As a battle master fighter, you know about like flanking being real cool.
Oh.
Maybe, right?
Yeah, I don't play the flanking. I don't play the flanking rules if that's what you're looking for, Okobolo. So like Magnus was there. No, I figure like barbarians need to rage to get advantage. So, and this had downside. So no points for flanking. But you like to be a little bit sneaky, Magnus. You get one of those, buddy. But Riley, you know how badly you rolled, but Magnus doesn't. So Magnus thinks he's super stealthy. What does he do?
He's gonna try and move towards the second manticle.
Sure. So he could sneak up right to the cliff edge there. So I should do the air quotes for sneak. Okay, so you think you're well hidden there. Maybe if it comes close, you can jump out at them. Okay. That will do that. And Proteus. Still can't see much with your solo candle.
I can see him now.
Yep.
Okay, here comes the arrow. Oh, another 14. That's a hit.
That is a hit. Yes, that will hit.
10 damage.
Oh, nice shot.
Oh, that's me. I'm just going to actually move back.
It looks
Don't know
scary.
why.
If I can't see it, it can't hurt me. Nice shot for the shockwave of cupidity, though. Pericles.
All right, I
Heal.
think I'm going to cast the slow spell again,
Sure.
and I think I can get a. So that's a square, and if I did it this way, whoop, no, just big square, but not from there anyway. that would definitely get those 2 Manticore. I can't see the little one, so if they're in there, I
Yep.
don't suppose they would be slowed anyway. But slow on that Manticore.
Is it creatures you can choose?
Yep.
So Okobolo and so on don't need to make the save. Okay, so Manticores. So wisdom saving throw. They get a +1 on their wisdom. I'm going to use my dinky dice roller because I like my dinky dice roller. So, so the first Manticore with a 14, it needs a 15 or better to save. So you want a 1 to 14 for the first Manticore. And it's a 16, so it passes somehow.
Oh,
And we'll go again for the Manticore to the north. Okay. Yay, so good enough for 1. So the Manticore to the north is slowed. And you're concentrating on that Particles. Thanks for the concentration. Okay, great.
I will then move so that I'm partially under the cover of this.
Yeah, you can duck
thing
down there
so-
quite easily. As I said, 5 foot high, so yeah, very easy for Particles to duck down there. And is that your turn, Pat?
That is my turn. Thank you very much.
Okay, Damas.
Oh, I'm just seeing how far Healing Word can go. 60 foot, perfect. I'm going to cast a little 3rd level Healing Word on my old mate Okobolo.
hey.
Did that come through?
Not yet.
Yeah, it was stuck in the corner.
Oh,
There we go, 13.
Oh, nice.
Yep. And then I'll toll the dead on Manticore Southern.
Sure. Toll the dead. Wisdom saving throw.
Great Southern man.
That was a 5, so the toll the dead's definitely going to work.
Oh, hello. 16.
Oh, nice. This Manticore's dying from 1,000 cuts, but it still seem hell-bent on getting Okobolo.
That me?
Oh, yeah, staying there. Cool. Okay, that's going to do that. Now, this one is slowed, so it can only make 1 attack, right, no matter what.
Mm.
It's going to fire 1 at... oh, no, it's not. It's going to slowly fly over here to the north. Go this side, actually, because it's so slow. And fire 1 tail spike at Okobolo. Rolling a 14. It's just too lethargic to get any good shots on it. So that's going to miss. But it still maintains its hovering 20 feet above the ground. Okobolo.
Right.
I will point out that you are standing next to a stalagmite, which is what this is. This reaches all the way to the ceiling.
All right. Man. And where I am right now, if I climb that, would I be able to get a line for the javelin of lightning through them?
Yeah, you sure can. What's your movement speed?
50.
50. Yeah, so climbing speed would be half unless you got a natural climbing speed, so you can get 25, so absolutely. If you make me an athletics check of DC 10. At advantage, because you're raging, I think you got like a +8. Yeah, even without the bonus for raging. So you climb up with an athletics check of 24, and you're effectively 20 feet in the air, and you have the perfect shot for the lightning. Okay,
Right.
let's roll the javelin of lightning.
Come on, javelin of lightning. Oh,
That'll hit.
nice. So,
The far one's especially easy to hit since it's moving so slowly. And take 6. 6 piercing. The other one might take 15 with a dexterity saving throw of 13. It rolls a 22. So it will only take 6 points of damage. But now you're hovering. Man, you're right in the range of the manticore. The only way you could avoid it meaningfully is to jump off. Do you wish to jump off?
Well, I'm right next to the manticore.
You are?
Can I jump onto the manticore?
You can certainly try.
Okay, so it's obviously not going to want you to do that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to make it roll. Dexterity is its best stat. So it rolls a dirty 20. I'm giving it advantage because it's hard to jump onto a manticore. Okay?
Yep.
So make an athletics. Add advantage because you're raging and you're looking for a dirty 20. Oh,
Okay.
add advantage. Not out of the woods yet. Oh!
Natural 20!
Okay, the creature is bucking around wildly, but yeah, it's not happy.
Okay. So, with my second attack, can I grapple with my second attack, or is grapple the whole action?
No. You can grapple if you have 2 attacks. So you can absolutely grapple. And it's not going to like this. It's going to roll 7. Even without rolling, you're going to be able to grapple it. So grapple it means...
And actually, sorry, I get to bonus action grapple anyway, so...
Oh, okay, cool. And
so that's a bonus action.
Yep.
And I can still attack.
Well,
again.
you can, but something else happens first. When you grapple something, its movement becomes 0. So as you wrap your hands around its wings, both of you plummet to the floor. Both of you take 11 points of damage, but you only take 5 because you're raging as the manticore lands with a crash as you wrap your minotaur arms around its wings. Beautiful.
Excellent. So land with a crash on it. We both take a bit of damage, and I'm going to pull out another hand axe and just chop at its neck.
Okay. So just a straight roll.
Yep.
Because this grapple, so only its movement is 0. Oh, stop it! Okay, another D6 on top of that. This is poor manticore just caring for its young. You start hacking through its neck. You don't get all the way through, but you're doing some damage. Okay.
And that'll be that.
Okay. As it grappled with it, it really doesn't like you at the moment. So it's going to try and bite you. Reaches out with its lion-type face. Ooh, rolls a 7. It's coming at you with 2 claws. A 10 and a 10. Oh my goodness, what did I roll? A 2, a 5, and a 5. So the 3 attacks, it's just got the wind knocked out of it as it lands on the ground. Okay, Magnus. You could get over to this one if you like. That one's on the ground. What would you like to do?
How high are they again?
This one's on the ground because Okobolo wrestled it to the ground, and this one is 20 foot up in the air.
Exactly 20.
Exactly 20, yep.
How far do you reckon I could jump from this ledge?
What's your strength?
My strength is 19.
You can, you can jump 19 feet.
I can.
But you do need to do a running start. But I think if you kind of loop around like this and then launch at it, you could definitely
I
go
was
for it.
planning to go here and then.
You just need a 10 foot. Oh, I don't know. You do a little run up and jump off the ledge. That's fine. You're trying to grab hold of the manticore? What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to get closer to chuck a net at it.
Oh, okay.
And my net won't reach it unless I'm fit. And then since it's 20 feet in the air, my net only reaches 15 with this advantage.
Okay.
Man,
But I'm
So-
5 feet up at the moment.
Yeah, so I'll tell you what. You can jump off the ledge and attempt to throw your net on the manticore. And if it's successful, you can bring the manticore down. Okay, so leaping off the ledge, throwing the net at the same time, getting a fair bit of height along the way. Yeah, make an attack roll, Magnus. This is another natural 20. I'm retiring as a DM.
You love it.
Oh, quite the opposite. Now, I'll tell you what. Everybody has started this campaign with a thing called a DM's Inspiration, which I should hand out more, but if you do something cool, you get to re-roll and use that DM Inspiration. So since you're new, you can use a DM Inspiration that I gave you at the start of the campaign and re-roll that.
Another nat one. Let's go. Come on.
Oh, well, yeah. You trued your natural
Everyone
1 to a
prove it.
natural 5. So you throw the net, it just lands in the piles of bones, and you come sailing down to the ground with a crash, and you take 7 points of bludgeoning damage as you land and your ankles crack. Good idea, Magnus, but the dice god said no. Okay, is that your turn?
Yep.
Okay. Now, just for clarification, the slow spell only stops if Particles loses concentration, or do they get saves?
Sorry, do you want me to put the spell back up?
Sure, if you could.
No, sorry, I didn't. How do you do that VTT one again?
Display in VTT.
wisdom save at the end of each turn.
Okay,
Of its
cool.
turns.
Okay. Let's get the spell up. Okay, so there it
That
is.
was what I meant.
Oh, there we go. Just almost at the same time. So when it gets to the one that was slowed, we're going to get it to roll at the start of its turn because I forgot to do that. Okay, Proteus.
Yes. I'm gonna have to do another athletics check, I think. Oh no! I can still see this guy. Let's see if I can finish him off. Who's that health bar? Is that Oko?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Maybe a smell might be better. I'm gonna fire an arrow.
All right.
Yes.
16 does hit.
9 damage.
Oh, the Manticore is looking wrecked, but it is still up. Is that your turn, Proteus? Shooting
It
by
is, yes.
candlelight? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Particles.
So I think I will then, while I'm behind cover, the 5-foot wall doesn't obscure the manticore that's on the ground, or the one that's in the air.
The one on the ground, yes. I'll say you get an angle on I'll give it +2 to its armor class, though. Actually, I should make that wisdom save now. No, it's still slowed, so just a straight roll, because...
Alright, well, no, I was deciding which spell to use.
Sure. But it is still slowed. It rolled a 7.
That's a Yeah, 30 feet one. What the hell? Fireball, but I can at least sculpt it to protect. To protect Ockabolo. Let's just have a look. Is anybody else in range? Oh, and Magnus. So I'll have my drop point be right there.
Sure.
But I can sculpt a careful napalm strike. There it
Okay.
goes. And dexterity 16.
Okay, the one on Okobolo rolls 19, so it's going to pass. And the other one rolls a 15, so it's going to fail. So the fireball erupts. Magnus, Okobolo, you get singed just a little bit. The one to the north takes 32 points of damage. And it probably should have been at disadvantage anyway because they're slowed. But anyway, failed regardless. And the one on you, Okobolo, kind of switches to the side and tries to take it on its back. Unfortunately, that's where you've been hacking it to bits, and the manticore falls beneath. It's still being grappled by you. Okay, nice particles. And staying.
I'm going to move just a little bit up the thing here, but still hugging this thing.
Sure.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yep.
Okay, Damas, you know what Particles did? That lit up the whole room. What do you do?
Mm-hmm. I'm just going to do a little first level healing word. Just a little first level one to keep them topped up.
Come on.
There we go, take 8 healing and toll the dead on the one that's still flying around.
10, so you toll the dead will work. 2d12.
14.
There's 2d12's worth. Yep, 14 points of damage. Okay, it's shaking its head. Not doing good. Thomas, good support rolls. Is that your turn?
Yep, no, yeah, I might just move up a little bit over to this top bit here. Yep,
Okay.
You can see the baby.
Okay, so the slowed manticore. Let me just make a wisdom check now for the end of its turn. It was a 19, so at the end of this turn, it's no longer going to be slowed. But this turn it is. Let's see, it just only gets one attack. It's going to fire one down at Magnus. One tower spike. 17. And Magnus, that just bounces off your armor. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It starts flying to the south. Okobolo.
Oh, man. I want to chase it.
Okay.
15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. I'll try to get out in front of it a bit. And,
Okay.
And I'm going to throw a hand axe at it.
Okay, your natural 20 hand axe. Can you pull off another one? No, but it still hits. Ooh, nasty hand axe.
That's. Do you get 2 for your rage or 10? Oh, no, it's melee hit.
Yeah, I get double attack. Yeah, I get 2 attacks. So
You get 2 attacks, but you don't get rage damage. Because it's a ranged attack. Yeah, but if you have enough hand axes.
Well, I threw one. I chopped with one, and I've thrown one. And no, I think I've thrown both my hand axes, and I don't think I've picked them up. But I do have a normal javelin.
Sure. $16 hits. 8 points of damage. This thing is very obviously looking to get the hell out of here. Its mate, partner, wife, husband is dead and it's looking to get the hell out of there. But Okobolo, maintaining speed with it. That manticore won't get a go because it's dead. Magnus, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna go this way.
Mm-hmm.
Taking my net back up.
Yep.
And I'm going to... Oh, oops.
So you see this baby one cowering on the ground.
Wait, is this how far I can move?
Maybe one more. Oh, that looks about right, actually. It looks about right.
No, I'm back here.
Sure. That's cowering as you approach it.
I'm
Magnus.
gonna chuck my net at it.
Okay. So make an attack roll.
Net.
Yep.
Go Pokeball.
That'll definitely hit. I think you get some damage. Oh, how does the net work?
It doesn't have a roll for damage, so I'm guessing not.
Let's have a look. Large or small? It is large. It is restrained. Okay, so the net goes around it. It is restrained, so its movement is 0. Any attacks on it will be at advantage. And its attacks will be at disadvantage. So yeah, the net goes around. A very underused item, but yeah, that works. Beautiful. Okay. Magnus, nice.
I'm gonna end my turn.
Yep, cool. The Manticore is going to use its action to try and break free. Well, it does. It rolls an 11 strength check, so it just shakes off the net. Takes off 50 feet to the south. Actually, it's going to go 10 feet up. And then 40 feet to the south. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, so nice. So the Manticore's fleeing, having shaken off the net. Proteus, you see a whole lot of Manticores fleeing. What do you do?
Let's see if I can find it.
Yeah, maybe you don't see them.
You see nothing.
Down here, bro.
I'll climb up there. I'll do an athletics check.
Sure. Or acrobatics, up to you.
Athletics would have been way better.
You scale down regardless.
Never mind. Oh, it's down. Good to know. Okay. I'm just going to keep going east, I guess. Oh, no, let's go south.
Down here, bro.
I see him. I see the bugger. Okay. I don't have any powerful spells. He's flying 10 feet up, did you say?
He is.
There's only one thing for it.
Stupid.
I can make it fall asleep. Is he immune to sleep? Does anyone know that in the team?
Don't know about
Manticores. We tried to do a history check to figure out if we knew them.
It seems like they would be immune to sleep, wouldn't it? I think so.
Maybe. They're bestial. They're not... Anyway.
Okay. I'm going to cast sleep on the Manticore. Let me just cast that for you. Sorry,
Sure.
display it. What's the range? Yeah, I'm in range. No worries.
Yeah, easy.
I think, aren't I? Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Here we go. Oh, did I do it twice?
See where it says purple 5d8? Where it's kind of highlighted the 5d8. If you click on that and roll 20, it'll make the roll for you.
Where is that?
In roll 20, where you've cast the description of the spell, see where it says roll 5d8? If you click on 5d8, it'll roll it for you.
There we go. Sorry for that.
That's right.
Oh my
18.
That's...
That. Oh, 3 ones. Okay, so you cast the sleep spell and you're not sure whether they're immune or their hit points are too high, but it has no effect on the Manticore.
Yeah, okay.
because it's got low
That's all.
hit points.
That's all I can do, except maybe move a bit closer.
Okay. So spells firing off, not really hitting. Particles, what do? You see the 3 manticores all fleeing.
Do you think we need to take them down, or?
Well, they could come back with more, or just come back. I mean, I'm a big fan of killing all.
Yes, but I'm wondering. So we do think these are wild beasts and not intelligent creatures.
Oh, they're not. Well, from your history check that you rolled before, they're brutes and they've been known to terrorize villages. They're not nice.
I think there's some level of intelligence there for sure. Planned attack on villages.
No,
Right.
they
Well,
just
I might do the Rhymes Binding Ice.
Oh, sure.
Oh.
15.
Okay.
And that's a 15-foot cone, so that because I'm low, that totally takes that. Yeah, it's a 15-foot cone. Yep.
Oh, it's a 30-foot cone. 30 foot would be good. You'd have to get a bit closer and shoot upwards with your cone, but you have to go underneath it.
Oh, is it still 20 feet in the air or something?
Yeah, it's 20 feet in the air. Yep.
Well,
But if you go like there, then you can definitely get it by shooting upwards. Okay. Let's do my dice box of doom. So Constitution 16, it's got a +3. So you're looking for between a 1 and a 12. Between a 1 and a 12. Let's have a look. 1 and a 12. Whoops, gotta stick the D20. Ah! My dice roller dies at the wrong second. This time. Nope. Something broke. So I'm going to roll a D20 here. Not nearly as interesting. 12. That would be... what's the DC again? It was...
That's a win.
It's a 15. So it's a 15, so it just fails. So that succeeds. Yeah, so what happens? So first of all, roll your 3d8 cold damage.
So I've already did 15. So
15.
Yep.
Takes 15 points of damage. So Fowls has its speed reduced to 0. So when a creature has its speed reduced to 0, it crashes down. So it crashes right next to Particles. You get splashed with water. Takes another 2 points of bludgeoning damage. And splashes down into the water at ground level. And so it needs to make an action to break free of it. And so there's an action to break free. So it splashes down. You get a bunch of cold water to the face, Particles. But an excellent move. Damas.
Okay, I move to the edge there, and I'm going to toll the dead.
Wisdom save. It rolls a natural 1.
Yay! 16.
You've been told.
So as it splashes down, it doesn't move, and the water around it starts. There's blood leaking out of this poor manticore, and that would be its story.
Hey, little manticores, come back. Come back. We'll sort you out.
We'll see what they do. Having murdered their parents, let's see how they will react. Damas, is that your turn?
Ah, that's my turn.
The one to the south, that some of you can see, flies out of the cave. And you lose sight of it. Don't know where it went. And Next turn. That manticore's dead. Okabolo. So only have eyes on this one.
Yep. Difficult terrain. 10, 20, 35. 45, I guess, up the thing as well. Unless
Sure.
you want to.
Yeah. Make an athletics check. Seems odd for Okabolo since it's at advantage and he gets a +8. But things can happen. Yeah, there we go. Need a double natural 1 to fail. So you succeed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll end up here, and I'll just be like, I'll train my javelin at the baby, but I'm not going to fire. I'm going to just watch it pass and be like, you'll be for the next generation of adventurers. The menace.
It's like sport hunting manticore. It's like a fisherman, manticore fisherman.
Yeah.
So the manticore heads are likely to be suitable for the shield?
Sorry, I'll be keen to hack off a manticore too.
Or does it need to be a baby manticore head to fit in your shield?
I think it's large creatures or smaller from memory.
If you do
Inventory large.
put a manticore head to your shield, you can get a bite attack from your shield.
No, it's medium or smaller. It has to be. It is medium or small, so I have to kill a baby for it.
Well, let's see what Magnus has got up his sleeve. Magnus, all the way over there. What do you got?
I once again grab my net.
Sure.
Make my way over to the dragon. Oh, sorry. And then I action surge because I've got max distance to chuck my net once again at the manticore.
Sure.
Are you kidding me?
Buddy.
It happens to everyone.
Tonight's your night.
Yeah.
I call that a net loss.
Net loss. Yeah, maybe
Too
you
much.
stumble when you
That's
splash
the
through
best I've
the
heard
water,
in weeks.
Magnus. And yeah, you successfully net this dead guy on the ground. This guy here has got a net all around him. That's your turn, Magnus?
I'm thinking.
Okay.
Can I do my extra attack?
Uh-huh.
But I jump and try and grab it.
Ooh, wow, okay. So splashing through the water. Okay, it's obviously going to try and avoid that. I'll tell you what you need to roll. It's going to try and twist out the way, and it rolls a 13. Just need a 14 or better on an athletics check, Magnus.
14 or better?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Really? Wow. On a +7.
You don't roll D1s, mate. You're rolling too many D1s. It's a D20.
Yeah, that's your problem.
Oh, buddy.
You want to roll higher. Higher.
Bad luck.
You jump, try and grab it, and you successfully grab the dead body on the ground. Well done.
At least I get my net back.
The manticore, as it sees Magnus, goes horribly wide. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. And I'll take the dash action. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it flies out the caves, out of sight. Proteus.
Well, they're all dead, right? Are there more? I actually yell into the darkness. I'm looking at the initiative round. Don't seem to be any others.
No,
Why are we
that's...
still on combat?
Well, I don't know. It depends if anybody looking to chase these guys. I mean, mechanically, you're going to find it very difficult because they're going to fly out into the open air, go up the side of the cliff, which they can do easily, which is very tough for you. So,
No.
I think these manticores have got away.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on? Oh, there's some water here.
Proteus.
Just for you, Proteus. Just for you, I'll do this. There you go, buddy.
Nice. What do you reckon a manticore head is worth back at town?
Yeah, I don't know.
Malcolm, would we know?
Oh my gosh.
Is there like a market for monster heads?
Yes, there is. Yep. Have to find the right buyer, though.
Damas goes to the manticore and realizes that it's too big to fit in the head, so he can't be bothered. And he looks down over at this big pile of bodies and to see if there's any valuables over there.
What about the treasure pile?
Agnes,
Oh.
go check out this treasure.
And Damas is looting through all these dead bodies, searching for anything
On
worthwhile.
the manticores, nothing. I mean, the creatures, as Okapolo looks like, is rushing over to the treasure pile. You find a whole bunch of stuff, and that's what you find.
Whoa.
Hey.
You can't get the spikes from the manticores?
Sure. I'll tell you what. If you guys do survival checks, and we'll see if you can get the heads and how many spikes you can get as well.
Anybody proficient? I've got +5.
I've got +5.
Yeah, I'll give you a hand.
Okay.
Yeah, go for it.
Give me 2 survival checks for each manticore at advantage.
Oh, advantage.
So
We'll take
17.
the 17 there.
Yeah.
I'll do the next one. Ooh, rubbish.
Now you still get 2 manticores heads, and actually there's a thing for the manticores. You have 24.
I mean, how hard could it be, right? Just hack it.
And you get 34 spikes altogether.
Oh.
Most of them were...
With the spikes.
Some of them you got from Okobolo, and the rest you kind of pluck out of the tails of these creatures.
So those spikes are like little piercing things, or is there any poison to them? No.
No, there was no poison.
What could we do with them? Something creative.
Can I have one, please?
Do you have what, sorry?
I'm just asking Proteus, can I have one of the spikes, please?
Yes, I don't have them. Yes, I do. Yes, you can have just one. You want 35?
No, I think I just need one. There's a guy on the ship who I reckon can do some pretty good tattoos.
Ah. We should all get a tattoo.
Hell yes!
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Does anyone particularly want these spikes? You're welcome to them. I think Magnus, you wanted some.
Magnus, yeah.
I'll hold on to them.
There's 34 here. Can someone just quickly brief me as to why we're in this cave?
Because we were looking for dragon eggs, but there's no dragon eggs here. There's just a manticore.
Dragon eggs brought us here. I should have known.
Yes, yeah, of course. I don't know what your problem is. when I'm riding around resplendent on my beautiful dragon, laying down fire, you'll be amazed at how fantastic it is.
Hey, Magnus, do you think there might be something in that pool of water?
Which pool of water?
Where the waterfall is?
I can go have a look.
Could be a
Yeah,
dragon egg.
you're
Yeah, you have a look at, in and around the waterfall, behind the waterfall, for the where caves generally happen in adventures, but it's fairly featureless. Just a waterfall.
Just got wet.
Just got
I've seen
wet.
better waterfalls.
I'm going in for a swim too.
All right.
Yeah, I didn't get bloody that time around, so I'm fine.
I don't want to get my candle wet.
I dare say we've done everything we can on this island. Perhaps we should sojourn to another one. Perhaps the prisoner.
Okay. I think I need to invest in a torch.
I've got a torch. I don't need it. I just carry it for effect. Here, do you want me to
I
throw
have
it
it.
at you? Yeah,
Yeah.
here you go. You have a torch.
It might illuminate a bit more than a candle.
Race
Oh,
you
no,
down the
don't-
mountain.
I don't have a torch. Sorry.
Oh,
No, I don't have a torch. I've got a
Oh, you
candle. Do
thief.
you want a candle?
No.
Oh, Magnus, you look at home in there, Magnus, in the water.
To see you. Just see you.
Hey, Brody, so I'll race you down the hill.
Go. I won.
Go.
Go athletics, acrobatics. Depends if you barge down like chasing that cheese wheel or you have some type of dexterity about it. 16.
There you go.
Athlete. Oh, Proteus
Yeah.
wins.
I'm leaping down, and you're just barreling down.
I like a
These
goat.
goats, these-
Yeah, there we
these
go.
cliffs
Yeah.
are- yeah.
I love mountains.
Okay, so you make your way back to the Ultros with Versi and
Yes.
Kyra and Pythor are there as well.
Yeah. Hey, guys.
Yes?
Those platinum goblets. Could I borrow them for just hold on to them for a little bit, please?
Ah, I think I know what you're thinking.
Yeah.
Drinking
well,
something.
I mean,
out of them.
Yeah, possibly. If that's okay.
Oh, that's fine by me. Drinking what out of them?
Oh, look. I mean, you've got some wine, don't you, Davis?
Of course. Oh, well, shall we have some wine together? That would be fantastic.
Well, I was thinking about maybe asking someone else if they would like to have a glass of wine with me.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah,
That's,
yeah. I mean,
fine. I mean,
be cool, but
bros and so forth, and bros before foes, I guess.
Pros
I don't
before
know.
foes.
Oh dear, I think he's got the wrong end of the stick, Ocko.
yeah. Yeah, we can hang out. I love hanging out with you, Davis. It's like real cool. And we do we see each other a lot at work, so I don't think it's really necessary for us to hang out much in our downtime.
Sure, certainly, that's fine. No, of course. Yep, no, fine. Yeah, here, have some wine for my friend.
Oh, thank you. And so while we're sailing, I would like to kind of see everyone find the Lady of Coins and ask her if she'd like to have a glass of wine with me at sunset.
Oh. Well, of course. Been waiting for you to get me to the Queen of the Amazons, but if I wait, I'd love to share a glass of wine with the Okobalo.
Yeah, lovely. Okay, well, I'll pick you up at your cabin just before sunset.
All right. All right.
Great, it's the date.
It's a drink. Okay, so as Okobolo is getting familiar with the Lady of the Coins, we'll get to that in a moment. Is there anything else? You've got a few hours left before the end of the day. Anybody else have anything to do on the ship before you set sail?
No, we don't need to scope because we were going to go to the combat place anyway. So are we still happy going to the prisoner, I believe?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, well,
That's next.
yeah. Okay, well,
It's like the love boat now, and it's our next port.
As long
Okay,
as it's not like the boat from Speed 2.
so you set your Antikythera to the... Which one was it? It was the
The prisoner.
prisoner. You set sail. And, as I said, there's a few hours left in the day as you pull away from the island of the Fates. And sunset arrives, and Machina, the Lady of the Coin, is waiting in a quieter part of the boat.
Okay, Okobolo spent the time brushing his fur and making himself look presentable. And he rocks up and he knocking on the door. I'm here to pick you up.
Okay.
Yeah. If you would accompany me to the poop deck.
It's such an unromantic sounding place, but I understand. The poop deck, sure.
Yeah, and I'll set up a couple of barrels as seats and a little barrel as a table, and there's some whatever snacks I could find I've assembled there.
Sure.
And an amphora of wine and the 2 goblets.
I must admit, Mr. Bolo, many people have approached me in Mitros looking for deals, looking for injustices done by the rich to the poor to be addressed, to stopping slave markets when I can, but from all accounts you have done an excellent job on that all by yourself. But I must admit, I've never had someone take me on, in your words, a date. What is it that you want, Okobolo?
Oh, look, well, first of all, that is so sad and, unbelievably, I don't believe that no one's ever tried to take you on a date before. And what I really want, I just want to get to know you. You seem...
Well, have you seen my face, Okobolo? Let's say I'm not blessed with beauty. And you look under her hood, which she still has over her face, and you see snakes wriggling under there, and she's not actively looking at you. Most people, when they see my face, they run. And just as a reminder, this is what Machina looks like.
Well, what is Okko's type, really? Now we know. Wrigley.
Yeah, but
Just ask her to shave.
what we're looking at each other and everything like that's not the real us. The real us is inside us and our experiences and the wisdom that we can give to each other. And I think that you are an intriguing person, and I'd get to learn more about you.
Well, some would argue that I am a heartless criminal who has amassed fortunes by nefarious means. Are you sure you want to get to know me? There's a rather seedy underside, even if you discount the appearances.
what it sounds like to me is that is something that you might help yourself to stop yourself from getting close to anyone, Moxina. If I might call you Moxina.
You may.
You know, keeping that exterior of business, all business, nothing personal. That can be a great defensive for someone who's been hurt before. And I can tell that you've been hurt before.
Make a charisma check, Okobolo.
This is where it all goes wrong.
Vinny's doing a good job, but does Okobolo do a good job?
Yay!
I think, Okobolo, that the more you get to know me, the less you're going to like me. I have sent people to... Like, everybody has a mistress. I have a mistress. I have sent mortals to entertain my mistress. Maybe, depending how things go, on the island of the Amazons, if I choose to stay around with you, I might get a chance to meet my mistress. But I've sent mortals there, nothing more than to entertain them. And Okobolo, I do not know what your angle is, but thank you for the drink. I need to excuse myself now.
Sure. Well, you said, just lastly, you said that the more that I get to know you, the less I'll like you. I think it's only fair that you let me make that decision.
Oh, as you will.
Great.
And she excuses herself and leaves for the for her quarters, which she has set up.
Okay, I'm going to run back to the other guys and tell them, especially Proteus, that, hey, I've got a second date.
Well done. What goes on the love boat stays on the love boat. Well done. How did it go? What's she saying?
Look, I think she's been hurt before. I think it's going to take a while before she comes out of her shell. But yeah, she didn't run away or anything like has happened before, so that's good.
Well,
Positive. Positive.
You've inspired me. I've been thinking about maybe getting a bit closer with Kyra.
You should. Yeah, I can see you two would be great, I think. Yeah, definitely.
But I've been recently reminded that my family is actually potentially alive, not dead. And so I don't know. I don't know what to do. I'm a bit torn. Anyway.
Now, I just want to confirm, Proteus, did you see the thing that I whispered to you?
Oh. No.
And
Would
roll
it be
20?
I'm in roll 20.
I'll send it again.
Oh, wait. No, hang on. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Actually, thank you for reminding me. Maybe, yes. I think Proteus would just will just go off by himself for a bit. I'll just skulk away, mildly embarrassed socially at that little interaction.
So embarrassed socially that he goes to voice channel 2.
Yes.
That's how socially awkward he is.
Right.
I assume you know what I mean there,
Oracle.
Mr. Proteus.
Yeah. Where is the Oracle at this moment?
Let's have a look. Let me just have a look at the
I'm hoping to
Ultros.
do this quietly if possible.
She is socially awkward. She doesn't like people terribly much. They keep on asking her and bugging her. So I'm going to say she's going to be hanging out down below in the hull of the ship, where sailors come every now and then to grab supplies like, fresh water, things like that. But if you're looking for isolated places, this is possibly the most isolated place you could find on the ship. So
Okay.
with the nefarious plans in motion.
I skulk down to the hull, looking for what have I got here? Any kind of stabby weapons? Okay, yeah, I do have a dagger. Okay, anyway, I skulk down to the hull looking for the oracle. My heart is just racing. What am I doing? What am I doing? But then I remember, I have no choice.
If you want to sneak down there, you can make a stealth check. And why don't you set all your rolls to private, so no one can put 2 and 2 together.
How do you do that?
If you go to your D&D Beyond extension.
Right click. Okay, so I'll just go send to Dungeon Master, right?
No, the Chrome extension.
No, just under, like in...
oh, okay.
Yeah, D&D Beyond. If you right click on the...
Okay, we'll roll a stealth check and let's just hope it all comes through privately. Nope.
Oh, that was terrible.
And it didn't. Everybody can see that.
Okay. I'll just do some other crazy runs to throw them off the track.
Okay.
And I've got to do this one. Okay.
Okay, so in your Chrome extension up in the Beyond 20, if you click on that and change whisper rolls to always whisper.
The cog?
It's an extension to not the
okay.
Beyond 20 Chrome extension. Yeah.
Configuration? No, that doesn't look right. Do you right click on it or do you
let's just right click on it and click on Beyond 20. Oops, no, that doesn't work. Actually, just single click on it. If you see the red dice
whisper rolls, never whisper. Found it.
There we go. So change that to always whisper, and probably another one for no reason.
Okay.
Just as a test. Okay, but we're taking your 11.
Yeah, I've screwed up my roll 20 now. It's showing something odd. Close. Found it. Okay. You're taking the 11. Yes, fair enough. Sorry. Yep.
Okay, so you go down deck. You see Verisi. She sort of almost made a little corner for herself, like some type of... Almost looks like a shrine, almost like she's got candles going there and she's kind of meditating. And you're about 30 foot away.
I guess I stumble in and
Proteus.
I openly approach the oracle.
Proteus.
And I ask, have you seen this day?
Proteus. What did you learn first from me that day we met all those weeks ago in the cave? Do you remember what I told you?
The Queen of the Amazons, is that right?
No, more generally. I am the Oracle. I see the future, I see the past, and I see the present. And sometimes it drives me literally mad. Proteus, I know the deal that you made.
Yeah. Nothing personal. You must...
It is very personal. This is my life that you're talking about.
Aye.
Why did you make such a deal, Proteus?
it was the only deal on offer, and the stakes. It's my family.
I am Versi.
I have to save them.
I am the Oracle. I have Titan blood flowing through my veins. I brokered the oath of peace 500 years ago. Without me, the war would have surely the world would have surely destroyed itself. There would have been a victor, but it'll be a victor over spoiled lands. Is that? I am somebody, Proteus. Am I worth less than your family?
To me, yes. I'm sorry to say that. It was a purely selfish decision and a deal. And then I try and slice her throat with a dagger.
She leans in to the dagger. She is not resisting.
Proteus is in shock. He can't believe what he's done.
Yeah, and she, as I said, she's not resisting. She knew what you did, the deal you made, and she took it personally. But as you plunge the dagger into her throat, and you get covered in the blood of the Oracle, she says, "So be it, Proteus. You have made your choice. With my blood, I stain your body, and I pray for your sake that it does not stain your soul." And Versi, the Oracle, is no more.
Oh no, what have I done? Okay, stakes. I drop the dagger.
Sure.
And I try and leave the hole without anybody seeing me.
Well, you are covered in blood. I mean, it's a messy death. You gonna do anything about that?
I'll jump off the boat into the water and then yell for help. This is crazy.
Okay, you're gonna have to get up onto the deck. So make me another stealth check.
Okay.
And I'll put Damas has a passive perception of 18.
I did.
Okay, 20. Okay, so when I switch over to the other voice channel, and we're just going to say you see, we're going to pick up with you.
Are we sailing, or are we still on the island?
Oh.
Or have we left the island?
No, I'm going to say you haven't set sail yet. One final piece, though. The Fates wanted the head of Versi.
Okay. Can we backtrack a bit?
Sure.
I just assumed that. No, I had to forget that. The head. I'm going to have to carve a head off with my longsword. Is it a survival check?
Even if you do it messily, it will still satisfy the Fates. But make a survival check anyway. Let's see how clean it is. Praying for a natural one.
No, natural 20.
Oh, okay. As
Twice.
clean as it can be. What do you do with the head?
Okay. I secreted it away somewhere in the hull. Is that possible?
Yep. I will point out that the Fates literally want her head.
Yeah.
And you're still docked at the moment.
I am going to... Sorry, I got you. I understand. I'll take the head, I'll jump off the boat and swim to shore.
Okay. Now with your stealth of 20, you manage to get off the shore. To the shore. Let me just do some measurements on the island of the Fates. Oh, what have you done? What have you done, Sunshine?
Oh, I don't know.
So let me...
Just shaking up a bit. Bit of drama.
This island is not that big. So you'd have you could get there and back in an hour or so. So you jump off the boat, splash into the water, carrying the head of Versi, and you make it back to the island of the Fates. And I assume you go into the cave of the Fates as well?
Yeah, I do.
Oh. Proteus, what have you brought us?
As you asked. The head, and you'll get nothing more from me. This was hard enough.
Oh, this is all we wanted. And if you remember, they have a cauldron. They chuck the head of Versi into the cauldron. Oh, with this, we can get up to all sorts of mischief. Thank you, Proteus.
I believe we made a deal. Oh, you've already told me, haven't you?
Yeah. The point was, if you reneged on the deal, bad things would happen. But you haven't reneged, so bad things won't happen.
Right. Okay, well, I guess I hope I never see you again. Ciao.
I see you.
Back's out of the cave.
It's been an absolute pleasure. Now, getting back onto the boat unnoticed is a bit more trickier because you have to climb up. So what
I think I'll just pretend like I fell off the boat. I don't know if they'll believe it or not. Probably not. It's flimsy.
Okay,
But,
make a stealth check, and then make a deception check.
So.
This is an important roll. Oh, look at that. Ooh.
Okay, deception check.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
So if anybody tries to insight you, that's the 20 they're looking for. Okay?
Okay, perfect crime. I
Okay.
don't know, this is affecting me in real life. I actually feel like I've killed someone. This is really bad.
Ooh, okay, but too real.
All right. Oh dear.
So let's go back to the voice channel, and
Okay.
you can just. I'll say the players hear something on the from the boat, and then you can start doing whatever you do. Okay.
Splash, yeah, or something. Okay, cool.
And also drinking wine.
Drinking wine, yeah. Drinking wine until there's no more wine.
That's the one.
Damus, you hear splashing from the side, coming from the outside of the Ultros, like in the water around the Ultros. And at this stage, you're still parked at the Island of Fates.
Can I look and see what the splashing is? Is it a dangerous sort of splashing? Pardon? What? What?
Lower a rope.
Oh, I try and grab a rope and I try and throw it over the edge. Man overboard!
That is Proteus.
Proteus! And I try and throw a rope to him as quickly as I can. I run to where he kind of was. And try and throw a rope.
Yeah. So it's easy enough to throw a rope, and if you want to go back on deck, no problem, Proteus. With the Okrobolo pulling him up, it's just hard to do by yourself to get onto a ship. But with the rope, you bring him up.
What happened?
You,
You
Thomas.
just went off for a quiet thing, and then
I had this vision, and then I just lost my balance and toppled over the edge. And when I hit the water, I came to.
Oh well.
I just lost myself for a bit, but it's okay.
I know all about visions. You really must sit cross-legged to experience them properly.
I'm a little wet now. I might just stay out on deck and dry out.
I look him up and down, and sort of suspiciously try and gain any insight as to whether this vision might have changed him.
Sure, make an insight check.
What are you doing? What are you looking at, Damus?
I'm looking at you, checking that my friend is okay.
I'm going to whisper something to you, Damus.
What was the water like?
It was warm. It was quite nice.
Well,
It certainly woke me up though.
Yeah.
25 insight.
Impressive.
Get out of it.
Uh,
Get out of my head.
I'm not. I'm not in your head. I'm just wondering why you're so unusually calm for someone who's fallen overboard and that sort of thing. I'm concerned for you, my friend. I've been concerned ever since you were ripped in half in the Dragon Lord's tomb.
Yeah.
Please
Well,
tell me the truth.
well, let's just say that I had another vision about my family.
You
And
did?
let's just say that the vision had a physical aspect to it, and I felt that someone pushed me off the boat, and then I came to. Look, I don't remember much more, and the reason why I didn't want to tell you, well, I just wanted to forget it, and I just didn't want to think it was that important to us right now, and I just wanted to continue on our journey to the prisoner island. Let's not forget that. Let's do that. There's nothing to hide. It's okay. I just
look at him intently.
I'm still one piece.
One Piece.
I haven't been torn in half.
No.
All right, that's a callback.
Hey, Proteus, little my little goat buddy. Like if you got something going on that you need to deal with, you deal with it. But you know that we're here, and a problem shared is a problem halved. If you want, but we're not going to pressure you, okay?
Well, how about I just play a song?
Yeah, no. Well, here's the thing. Like, forgive me for it, but we did just do an oath together, and so please.
Yeah, I haven't broken any oaths. That's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Damus, you're asking Proteus to trust us with something that is personal to him. For it, we should trust him as well. You can't ask for trust and not give it. So we'll trust him. I trust him.
Yes, I do trust him, Okobolo, but when someone is flat out lying, that's kind of not trustworthy. You see what I'm saying? He has been acting weird. He acted weird,
right,
and he just jumps off the boat in the waters at the Lutheria Island. I don't know.
Come on.
I don't know if I can trust him. I'm really sorry. I want to trust you. Please let me trust you. Trust back. I'm sorry.
If there's someone who's acting weird, it's you, bro. You're acting weird.
Well, my friend is lying to me. We'll help you get your family back, but please, you need to trust us with something more. You've got pushed over the edge by some spectral being. You can't remember it. What if it's still on the boat? There's so many dangers out here, and ghosts. I mean, we're in a ghost ship, for goodness sake. Please, is there nothing more that you can share with us?
Well, a little bit's coming back. This figure that I saw, I know it. I saw it had a knife or something, and it was like I think I can't remember much more. Maybe it attacked someone. I don't know. In my vision, I couldn't see, and then he came for me, and then I was falling in the water.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate.
I'll tell you more once I remember. Honestly, I just can't. It's coming back to me slowly.
Yeah. But in the meantime, everyone, watch out for mysterious figures with knives. Okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Proteus, did you see my whisper?
Don't ignore my. I definitely don't ignore my.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot how to whisper, but the answer's no, I didn't.
Okay, cool.
Righto, guys.
I just want to sit down and play my harp, my bagpipes.
Oh, beautiful. The bagpipes to lead the way across the sea. Across the Gulf, anyway. As we go to Prisoner Island.
Yay, prison.
Yes. Okay. So, putting this complicated situation of the island of the fates behind you. As I said, you had a few hours left, but with the oath of peace, you want to make as much possible headway as you can. And just so you know, this is where you're heading. Number 2, Fire Island.
Fire Island.
Sounds friendly.
Yeah, you've been fired.
And as you leave the island of the fates behind you, just a few hours, maybe not even that, maybe an hour goes by, and one of the crew members says, "Hey, Captain, there's a bit of a problem I need to report. Number 1, down where Versi usually hangs out, there's a pool of blood. I didn't want to alarm anybody, but we've searched the ship all over, and well, actually, no, that's not true. The DM got slightly confused. There's where I found the body of Versi, in a pool of blood. Well, people usually have a head. Alive, she's headless.
What?
She's been beheaded, and I looked for the head. I can't find the head. This is nothing else, Captain. This is a bad omen, man. This is bad mojo.
Where was she? Where is this?
So, Versi, you know, she was very socially awkward around everybody. She's just odd. Maybe her visions is just driving her slightly mad. So she almost down on the bottom deck, the transport one, the hold. She made a little corner for herself there with like candles and that type of thing, almost like a little mini shrine to who you don't know. But that's where her body was found. In a pool of blood without a head. And you don't find the head.
Can we investigate?
Beginning looking straight away.
Can we investigate the crime scene for clues?
Sure. Investigate.
10.
Have we moved from where we were?
Just a little bit. About an hour sailing away from the island of the fates.
An hour sailing away. Okay.
I mean, you can turn around if you want, but you're an hour away.
No, exactly. What am I doing? I might cast enhance ability on someone with a high investigation score.
So I'm not proficient, but I'm +5.
Yeah, no, that's pretty good.
That's going to do pretty good.
Yeah, so it gives you advantage on intelligence checks. That's the one you want, hey?
Yeah.
Yep.
There you go. So I just whisper a little prayer and cast that on you.
Okay.
Oh, so not a guidance then, just a...
An enhanced ability, so you get advantage on the checks, on the intelligence checks.
Nice.
Mm.
Wow.
Okay, so you're checking out the crime scene for clues.
Is a head an object?
Technically, bodies are objects. Yes.
Oh, well, in which case I'm going to cast locate object.
Okay, we'll just do the investigation first. Some clues you find, Particles, is number 1. The head was removed with a sword. It was a very clean cut, almost surgical in nature. So it wasn't like someone hacked at it with a dull butter knife, just sliced off clean, a very clean cut. It's the first thing you notice.
Excellent.
And you deduce one of two things. You're not quite sure it was. Number 1, either it was a surprise attack and her head was lopped off. But then you think, well, Versi is very good at seeing the future. So why did she get snuck up on so easily, and why did she lose her head so easily? if there's one person that's virtually impossible to sneak up on is Versi. And yet here she is headless. So that's a bit of a head scratch. You're not quite sure. Maybe someone got incredibly lucky, or maybe some other reason, which I'll let you try and work out.
Could be someone on the ship, right? Yeah, I just realised.
Another thing, the Estor Arcalander ghost, is the Estor Arcalander ghost still up at the front of the boat?
Oh yeah, he's sulking at the front, and when you other parts of the voyage, when you've approached him, he's just kind of sulked and ignored you and shouted insults.
Can Particles tell how old or fresh the wound is? Like how long ago she got killed?
I'll give you a medicine check for that.
Okay, medicine, so I'll be measuring the temperature.
Within the last couple of hours. This was recent.
So it could have been
before we took off, or not since we've taken off. It could have been before and just nobody noticed until now.
Yeah, with that medicine and doing a little bit of mental arithmetic, it happened while you were still at port at the Island of the Fates.
Right. Did Versi have like a journal or anything like that where she recorded her visions or prophecies or anything like that? She might have left us a message.
Good question. No, she's not a journal keeper, unfortunately. There's no message in the blood or anywhere else. I mean, you know, she was assaulted by visions all the time, and to write them down would be
well,
just
maybe
not
that's
practical.
how somebody might have snuck up on her if she was having a vision at the time, and maybe that would have rendered her insensate to an attack.
On locate object, we'll locate objects within 1,000 feet of the casting position, I believe. No ping.
No ping.
No.
Goodness gracious.
Are we more or less than 1,000 feet from the Fates?
More.
More.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we must have been doing pretty well.
I'm going to hold on to it for 10 minutes. We can turn around for 10 minutes to see if I get a ping when we get closer.
Yeah, but remember, we've been going for an hour, so that's still 50 minutes worth of gap between us and the island.
Right, yeah. How far do we make it per thing? Yeah, sure. 1,000 feet's not that much. Okay.
Turning around the boat?
that's not working.
No, there's no point.
Back. Oh, okay.
What? No,
Okay.
no, there is a point. Like,
Okay, cool.
I mean,
yeah.
Story,
Okay.
right? I mean, this happened.
Yeah, well, let's go back to where Proteus fell in the water. If that's the spirit pushing him, he might have pushed her. He might have pushed him on the way out, is what Dharma says. The spirit that attacked Versi might have pushed him on the way out.
Okay, so you go back and more or less redock at the Island of the Fates, which is about where Proteus fell in.
And can I cast locate object once more, but I'll use a 3rd level this time because I have to upcast it? Or is it not letting me upcast it? Can some not be upcast?
Well, you can still use a high level spell slot, but there's no no extra benefit.
No need for it because it's some. Yeah, cool. I do that. 1,000 feet.
You do get a ping.
Yeah.
It's north of you, about 300 feet.
So, and when I look 300 feet, is there an island there, or is it in the water?
it'll be with the fucking Fates. Like,
Oh no, sorry, a bit more than that. About 500 feet, we'll say.
So round about where the Fates cave is. Round
Yep.
about?
Yep.
Okay. I passed this news to the group, and I say, well, we are the prophesized five, and I feel it's in our best interest to go in there and stop them. You've heard what they said. Like, we need to go in there and take this head. Obviously, they're using it for some sort of ill effect. So I, for one, think that we need to go in. Come on! And he starts sort of jostling, trying to get the rowboat down, or however we get in.
And you rush to the hag's lair as quickly as you can?
Well, if everyone else is coming, yeah, sure.
Carry Versy's body with me as well.
Sure. Okay.
Just asking Kyra another thing, in terms of treatment of the body, is this appropriate for us to move the body, or do we need the head and the body for a funeral rite?
Well, first of all, Kyra is just vomiting over the side of the ship. She was perhaps closest to Versy than anybody, and she's distraught with this news. And as you take the body off the boat, Kyra says, "No, Polo, just leave her. Don't, just disrespectful, please. Don't, just leave her. I'll tend to the body. Please, Okobolo, don't do this."
Kyra, there's a good chance we're not going to be able to get the head back. I would rejoin the body with the head here and have them in the same place if we cannot bring the head back.
But just leave the body, Okobolo. Just you're treating her like a sack of spuds, and she's so much more than that.
Okay. For you, Kyra, yeah, okay.
And Kyra is absolutely wrecked. I mean, you've seen people. She's seen some horrible things. She's seen people being ripped apart. She's seen people dying. And despite all of this, she's managed to maintain this jovial attitude. Jovial attitude, no more.
Proteus will try to calm her, or give her some support and reassure her that we'll find her head.
Persuasion check at disadvantage. She's barely listening to you.
Okay. Height.
You've calmed her down a little bit, but only so much you can do. Yeah. You all rush back to the Cave of the Fates. And with whoever cast locate object, it's in this cauldron. The head is in this cauldron.
Well, where are we?
You guys are back so soon. What do we owe the pleasure?
How dare you? How dare you? You've murdered an oracle, a goddess. You've murderers. How long have you been waiting to do this, witches?
Oh, we have no idea what you're talking about. We've murdered nobody.
Damus, these wouldn't mess with the fates. As angry as you are, just caution you there. Just be careful. Tactical. Tacitly. Whatever the word is.
Tactfully. This is an abomination, though. This cannot be let to stand. Proteus, why are you so? Oh.
I'm in shock as much as you are. Don't get me wrong.
Have you come to request favors from the fates? We will hear you out. If you've come to bark at us like dogs, then we will simply have to ask you to leave.
Why do you want her head?
Whose head?
What was that? Sorry.
Who said?
I did. Damus.
You said,
You've got
why did you
Darla's
take her head?
now.
You
No,
said,
no,
why
whose
did you
head?
take
Oh,
her
no, no.
head?
Head
And
of
they say,
Versi.
whose
I
head?
thought you said Versi
Whoa,
in the
whoa, whoa.
cauldron.
Oh. Oh, yeah, you mean. And Granny Mortar goes over, reaches into the cauldron, grabs Versi's head by the hair. Oh, you mean this head?
Yes. What do you need with it?
Oh, that is none of your business. Once again, you come at us and bark like a dog. Get away from us, dog.
How long do you need the head for? Could we have it when you're finished?
Oh,
That's
would
a
you
terrible idea.
like to make a deal? We could make a deal with you and answer your questions. Nothing's for free, especially here.
We could make a deal. What do you think, guys?
I don't know.
What would you want for the head?
One of you we talked to about an innocent baby in what's the name of the big city? Oh, gone on the blank. It is
Yeah,
Mitros. Yeah, Mitros. Yeah.
Mitros, yeah.
There's an innocent baby on the streets of Mitros in the slum. All alone. Her parents are dead. And she will be dead before long. If you bring us this baby, we will return to you the head of Versi.
If we what? Sorry, if we bring you the child.
Yeah, so
The baby.
there's a child in Mitros, so they say, whose parents have died and is effectively dying in a gutter. If you bring that dying baby to them, then they will give you the head of Versi.
Hold up, you're gonna put the baby in the pot?
You wish to make a secondary deal? Our motives are our own. But look at us, we are old, we are haggard. Our childbirthing years are beyond us. We just want a baby to care for and love.
Can I insight check that statement?
Sure.
Yeah,
Oh.
I don't.
Well, that seems reasonable to me. I mean, we did rescue all those other orphans and stuff from the Temple of Lutheria, so perhaps we could, but that would be a 6-day trip to go back and then come
Silas
back
isn't
here.
here. So I don't know. I don't know about this. I think we would be better finding better parents for the baby. We can still do that, but I don't like the fates idea. I think we all got intuition on this one, and I just a bit dodged out by this deal. Is there another way we could just? How bad do we need the head?
From our sort of history or arcana or whichever, like in terms of those funeral rites, do we need to reunite the body, the head, in order to complete the normal funeral rites?
You know Versi, by your own, she is something special. I mean, she sees the past, the present, the future. She, you don't know what, but it can't be good. And it would be very almost unheard of to bury someone without a head, especially someone as noteworthy as Versi. And I'm going to give you this history one for free. when Balmitria the dragon was entombed at the necropolis, it was without a head. Balmitria the dragon, who sacrificed herself,
Well,
was buried without a
that's
head.
totally. So that would definitely be right up Darmus's alley, but trying to retrieve it. But the price is a huge price.
Not the matter at hand.
I believe that you've offered us a terrible deal.
That's what you do best.
Yes. I'm starting to figure out what you guys are all about. We must go back to our ship and consult about this. We'll be back.
Take your time. It's not as if
Could
the
we not just
baby is
consult him?
dying. And they do a very, very good impression of a crying child, like a crying baby.
Right, and so I'll huddle up with the guys and be like, hey, we've got to at least, like, kind of, if we're going to do anything about this, we've got to maybe rest up a little bit.
Well, hang on. What are you saying? Take on the fence.
Remember, we've also
People come here and they think they whisper in our caves, and they think you can't hear you. Take on the fates. Okobolo, the one who rages so much, the one who is upset. I'll give you a free swing. Go on, Okobolo. And she puts her hands up. Take a swing.
I mean, if she invites you.
Early?
Free swing, Okobolo.
remember the lamella,
Yeah.
the lamella behind us. We have to contend with her. She has an oath that says that she has to protect those faiths. Oh dear.
Swing the glaive. Boof, going straight for her neck, and whoosh, passes through as if she wasn't there. You are powerless against us. And you noticed I did something on the token. You might notice they're a little grayer than they were before.
Yeah.
And I'll just take the grayness off for a second. They're still there. They're just fuzzy around the edges. Like, that's how she was before, Granny Mortar, and this is how she is now. Go away. Do we have a deal, by the way?
Well, it's just a baby. It's going to die. It might die before we get there. Does the baby have to be alive?
Oh, yes.
No.
Darmus says, let's go outside and talk. She's not giving us any privacy to negotiate. And in light of what has happened, I feel we need to pull together even more, so we do need to hear each other out. So let's go outside the cave. Give us that witch.
Oh. And they all very theatrically put their fingers in their ears. We don't hear anything. And you retreat back of the fade. Now, something that the characters will realise that the players won't realise is that you're on a ticking clock. You have 54 more days. And this will be a 6-day round trip to get to Mitros and back again.
Right.
So 6 days.
Once we, are we going back to the ship to talk, or?
So do it on the island, but not in the cave. Listen, boys, it's a bit strange when you can see into the future. Now, one thing that I can... there's two options that I actually see has happened here. somehow the hags have got some form of magic onto the boat, which meant that she couldn't see what was coming. But the alternative is one that we must consider as well, is that she foresaw this happening, and yet she did it anyway. That this is a sacrifice to save this whole world. In which case, maybe the decision we make is not for her to have a head, and yet that would lead us to ultimate victory. It's hard to know what to choose.
You
I
couldn't.
feel like the head's important.
You couldn't in yourself, perhaps, do your augury to determine whether it would be woe or real if we were to.
I could certainly do that. And in fact, I could go one better and do a.
What the hell are you even debating this? We need her head back. Get her fucking head back, says Kyra.
Mm-hmm.
You don't understand. She's a spark of hope that the world would be lost without her, and you're just freaking disrespecting her. Get her head back so we can bury her at least correctly. Says
Kyra,
Kyra.
we can get the head back.
Oh,
Kyra.
freaking get the head back!
However, it's at the expense of a baby.
And Kyra goes even paler than she was within her grief. Just, I don't know.
That's the choice before us right now. We just wanted you to know. We're not mucking around. It's a heady decision.
Oh, you're the so-called heroes. You decide.
Kyra, Pythor, what do you know of the Fates and their powers, and would we even be able to hurt them at all?
Pythor.
I'm not killing.
Pythor is being stoic in a very manly way. And I'm saying manly way in the negative way. I mean, men should grieve correctly too. But he's 1960s male, and he says, "Look, I've faced many foes. I've taken on dragons and defeated them. I've risen to the status of the king of Astoria. And through all my years, people have come to the island of the Fates. For all that time, they've tried to trick the Fates, come up with a better plan, somehow outwit them. I've never heard of one people even outwitting them, let alone defeating them. But as you know, my son Okobolo, I have failed in these tasks. I did not defeat the Titans. The best we got was, thanks to Versi, an oath of peace. I have failed. Perhaps you can succeed, where everybody else has failed for thousands of years. No one has up to this point.
Well, to reason it through, from what I can see, do we take the Fates upon their word that this child that would otherwise die, that they have some desire to look after the child, because that is what they have said?
No,
No way.
they want to raise the child to become one of them.
Yeah.
Well, would
That
that
was
in
the deal they
itself-
offered me.
Listen to Magnus, says Pythor. Magnus is wise beyond his years.
But
Now
in
take
terms
this
of
baby
having-
and twist it and pervert it and turning it to something completely unholy.
But are we saying the Fates themselves are completely unholy?
Oh, yeah.
In this game, they're quite fucked.
If I could interject, I feel one thing that I could do is use some divination. And I figure that as hard as this may be, saying this, but I want to ask the following question in this divination, and what should your go ahead? And I said, would bringing this baby back to this island, retrieving her head, would that help or hinder us in the eventual defeat of Sidon and Lutheria?
Can you bring up the description for the divination spell, please?
Is this the Whale of Woe one?
No, this is the big, powerful 4th level one.
So making this deal, would it eventually either help you or hinder you with your quest to defeat the Titans?
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
Yeah, would it hinder us? I'd frame it negatively because that's his thing,
Sure.
and then the answer will tell us that. But that's what I'm sharing with the group first. I haven't cast it yet. What say you? Should I do this? Because ultimately, that's what we're here for. We're here to save Mitros. We're here to save Thylea. We're here to defeat the Titans. And we're running out of time, and I'm sad, and I hate these terrible decisions, but our decisions must be made with that in mind. So as hard as it might be, if it won't hinder us, then great. We get a baby. But if it does, then we have to make the harsh call.
It's quite a harsh call. I mean, a life for a head.
I will not stand by this decision.
We must
But
defeat monsters, but we cannot become monsters in the game.
okay.
However,
Perhaps you could divine a separate question then, which would be if we don't recover the head, would that lead to disadvantage in our fight against that? Because if Versi has set the prophecy forward, would she have contributed elsewise to our journeys later?
Exactly.
Or even if we get her head back and she's still dead, does that mean, or is she like Kyra? Will she come back to the Temple of the Five Gods?
No, she
Well, maybe-
won't. She's not a goddess. She's dead.
yeah, maybe she's setting us on a path. The journey to find her head is what she foresaw. I don't know.
Well, we know where we're headed.
Ahead. It's like a cauldron.
Well, I mean, to get it back.
Yeah, so perhaps that's what you should divine, whether the return of the head of Versi reuniting it with the body is to the advantage of our quest.
Yes,
Or
I feel that might be a good question to ask.
Because we could do this bad thing about getting the kid and offering it to that and say whether that gives us advantage or not. But really, the thing that we're trying to get is the head back. We need to decide whether that is worth that price.
It's like reading ahead in a Choose Your Own Adventure book.
Yeah.
Turn to page 400.
What say you, Okabolo? What say you, Magnus? What say you, Proteus?
Yeah, ask away. It couldn't hurt, right?
I say, ask your god your questions, but you know inside yourself that a dead head is not worth a lot.
I
No.
know that, but
Perhaps it is, and we don't know.
a dead head, is that worth tens, thousands, hundreds of thousands lives? Not getting the dead head? That's what we're weighing here.
Well,
And it pains me to say this because I definitely don't want to turn an innocent babe, as much as she's going to suffer and die, turn her into a hag, consumed by hatred and all things evil to continue their trickery. However, the mission must come first. And so I kneel down and I get the bones of Valmetria and put them around me, ritually casting my divination, asking if the return of the head will help us in our mission retrieving the head will help us in our mission to defeat the Titans.
Retrieving the heads will help you defeating the Titans.
Is that the answer?
No. Malcolm's.
Yeah, cool, good, sweet, just checking. Yeah.
Malcolm's. So this is Mitros, the goddess that was lost, but somehow you were still have a connection with her. You see a vision in the sky, and the sky goes black. You don't see any constellations in the night sky, but you see it's 3 dark lights. You can just barely make it up against the night sky, but there's 3 of them. And you come to understand that these 3 things represent the fates. And they start glowing with this dark black energy. But then one of the stars starts to fade, and then boom, it disappears. But then a 3rd light appears. Not as dark as the other ones, but it's growing with darker and darker and darker intensity. And you think what Mitros is trying to say to you is that fates grow old, fates die, they do age, and the power of the fate is in the 3 of them. 2 is not enough. They just bicker with each other. 3 is perfect because there's always going to be a majority, and 4 is just chaos. So 3 is the ideal number for the fates. And you notice one of the fates, Granny Morta, was incredibly old and decrepit, and you think they're looking to replace her to maintain the power of the 3 and the power of the Coven. And you get no sense that the head of Versi is going to help one way or the other. Beyond the power of a symbol. Like bad juju bearing someone as great and as noble and once again who brokered the oath of peace to be buried without a head. That is a grave insult. But I guess mechanically, nothing. And that's what Mitros tells you, Damas.
And I wake from my sort of slumber, the 10 minutes of ritual thing, and I explain it all and tell it truthful. And also, did you look at Kyra and say, I'm sorry, but we cannot afford the 6 days. It will not make a jot of difference. These hags are somehow tied to Lutheria, being on the island above her near the sea.
You know, you wouldn't even have these 6 days if it wasn't for her.
I know. But I cannot help but think that she foresaw this in some way or another. And so her sacrifice and our actions, she may have foreseen them and known the sacrifice that she would make. I, for one, say this right now. If my head gets taken, I'd love you to shove it into the shield here and use it. I do not need to be buried with a head either. So I say, we move on. Oh, we move on. Because I do not want to add any more blood or sacrifice to these 3 witches.
I second.
I would agree with that, but one mystery still remains: who perpetrated the crime?
Well, the Fates, right?
Yes, but who was their agent?
who carried out the crime on their behalf and brought the head to them.
Could they not have done it?
Pythor Piper. Well, there's one thing I know about the fates. If there's dirty work to be done, they will not do it themselves. And this is a vile act. They would have gotten some pleasure, some joy out of doing it, having somebody do it. But I guarantee you this, the fates' hands did not wield the knife that killed Versi.
So this is still the same day, right?
Yeah? Yep.
I'm gonna cut because I changed my spells thinking we were having a long rest. But
Sure.
I'm going to use my zone of truth on Proteus.
Oh, come on. All right, sure.
Okay, well,
I'm
a
gonna
couple of
Bring it-
things with the
bring it
zone of
on.
truth. Just to
Oh, yeah,
clarify
I
it.
know.
There's a wisdom saving throw you get Proteus, but it happens every 6 seconds. So eventually you're going to fail it. So I don't know why they even have the zone of truth with a saving throw, because you're going to fail it eventually. And who are you including in your zone of truth? It's like a 30-foot...
So, charisma saving throw.
Yeah, but you're going to fail it because you have to do it every 6 seconds. And the second thing with zone of truth, you have to tell the truth, but you don't have to answer the question.
Yeah.
Like I said, did you kill Versi? They say you can answer whatever you like, just as truthful, but you can say the grass is green. So you don't reply, you just have to tell the truth. That's it. You don't have to answer questions, you don't have to do anything. Like someone might say, did you kill Versi? Like, how dare you ask me such a question like that? Do you not know who I am? So there's some subtlety at work there. Who are you casting it on, Damas?
I'll definitely cast it on Proteus, and I will stand in the middle as well.
Okay.
I will cast it on myself and willingly fail it, not fight it.
Yeah. What's anybody in this 30-foot cube? Damas. So Damas is in.
And
Okobolo?
I'll invite anyone else to stand in there with us.
I will stand with you.
Oh, Okobolo, will you stand with us?
Sure.
Magnus?
Magnus?
I'll stand with you.
And like a clerical inquisitor,
Kyra,
cast
before
Cone of Truth.
you cast Cone of Truth, and Kyra says, see, this is what they do. Don't you see what they've done to you? They're turning you against each other.
I realise that.
This is wrong. You guys swore an oath of friendship. You gotta stick together.
I've got nothing to hide.
Is that have I cast the zone of truth before you said that?
You can cast it. It's fine. I've got nothing to hide.
Okay, then I cast it.
Sure.
Just seeing whether I've got nothing to hide was what in the zone of truth.
Well, that is the truth. Yeah.
Okay, sounds like everybody's in. Everybody can either choose to fail it or it's going to happen soon anyway. So, yep, you're all from this point on required to tell the truth.
Proteus,
Thomas.
did you kill Versi?
She killed herself by pushing herself on my blade. I'll tell you something else. She said that every day was driving her mad with her visions.
A single tear rolls down Damas's eye.
Down the eye?
Out of the eye, down his cheek, sorry. Thank you.
This is part of a deal for the fates, right?
They helped me find my family.
We would have helped you for family, man.
And you still can.
So are you saying that Versi knew this was coming?
Yes. And she made it happen.
Then that's...
Yeah. You made it happen, but you made it happen as well, bro.
Yes. But I made a decision for my family. and
Yeah.
she went along with it. And I think any one of you would have done the same thing for your family, especially you, Oko.
Those fates offered me a deal in that cave. They offered me to tell me where my mother was. She's been gone for so long.
My family is currently being tortured in agony every day that I don't rescue them.
Yeah, that's basically what the fates told me about my mother as well.
Well, then we're different. More different than I realized.
Well, I just had to think about what my mother would want and who she raised and the values that she instilled in me.
The fact is, I didn't sneak up on Percy. She saw me coming. She knew it was going to happen. She put up no resistance. She forced herself on my blade. She wanted it to happen. That's how I read it.
Then
So suicide by Proteus, you reckon?
Yeah. Look, it's not something I wanted to do or to be a part of, to be more accurate. But she did nothing to avoid the outcome. I went to talk to her, and she made it happen. Was that a question for me?
So how did you end up in the water?
Well, I mean, I won't lie. I jumped.
To wash the blood off you.
Partially. That was a side effect. That was beneficial, temporarily.
The vision that you had was a lie?
That one, yes.
Hey, Proteus, says Kara. Might I have a quick word?
No. Yes, of course you can.
She wanders up to you into the zone of truth. Hey, Proteus.
My goddess.
Fuck you. And she slaps you hard across the face.
Yeah.
Just stands there staring at you.
Proteus looks down in shame. He has nothing to say.
And she goes back to the decapitated corpse. This is so dark. She goes back to the decapitated corpse of Percy.
This is not the love boat anymore.
this is a battleship Potemkin. Dharma says, well, this is enough for me. We did swear an oath of friendship, and I feel that decisions have been made, and the problems with prophecies is that they lead us in paths that we might not expect. And
Difficult decisions, right?
And Proteus speaks truthfully. He has allowed himself to be in the zone of truth. So I say thank you for that, for sharing it, because that allows us, in a sense, to put her to rest, knowing that she knew this was going to happen, and probably knowing the effect. So thank you, Proteus. I say to you, I will help you find your family, if only because the cost for finding them has been so high. I reaffirm my oath of friendship to you and to all the others in our order.
Proteus now slumps to the ground and is back against the cabin wall. Well, he's hanging his head in shame. He just doesn't feel worthy. As the full weight of what he's done drives home.
Proteus, live your life without regrets. As one day we'll all die. Intentions or not, all that remains is our actions. move forward. But don't forget.
Perhaps I'm not ready to fully embrace your wise words, but they do ring true.
Sing us a song, little goat man.
I can't. I can't.
Sing us a fucking song.
If Proteus brings out his lute and attempts to... Hang on, I'll just do a little performance check. See how into
if
it
your
I am.
heart's not into it, you could do it at disadvantage.
It's no need. I rolled a 5.
A 5 for a Proteus is very good. Keep in mind the average musician would make a performance check of 10. So, still beautiful,
Okay.
Proteus.
Well, yeah, natural talent. I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't think Proteus has much to say for a while now.
So we're back on the boat.
You're back on the boat. You set the Antikythera to the constellation, which takes you to the prisoner, which takes you to Fire Island. Now, 9 days have elapsed. 51 more days before the Oath of Peace ends.
You know, I was just watching the latest Indiana Jones movie, or some of it, and the Antikythera is MacGuffin in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the one.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. I was watching that as well.
Yeah, I noticed that as well. Most interesting thing in the movie. It was a very good movie, but the Antikythera was good. Okay, gentlemen.
Wow.
Mm.
Wow. Wow. Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Like I put Zone of Truth thinking that I'd have to do it on the Fates or something like that to do it to Proteus. Oh my gosh! Wow, that was. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone.
It's weighing heavy on me. Yeah.
I know.
Intense.
That's some
are you
window
okay?
right there.
It feels like I was saying to Malcolm. It actually feels like I've killed someone in real life.
Yeah,
Really heavy.
I know.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
of course you didn't, but
Yeah.
some emotional investment there.
Tell
Obviously.
that to the mentors.
And I, this is Vincent speaking to Carl right now. I really, really love what you've done. Like this is a big,
Yeah.
big
I was
move.
I was winging it. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was
Yeah.
a huge move as well because of how cagey you were, and then the Zone of Truth, and the truth comes out, and it's like, oh,
It
and
was
it's
almost
just
a
like, it's
perfect
just-
crime.
Yeah,
Almost.
it's just so. I know everyone just playing all their characters so hard as well, and conflict, but it's I know it was very beautiful.
And Proteus could have dodged the question, but he didn't.
He didn't
No.
exactly,
No.
and that's the
Yep.
thing. It's like to lift the mood a little bit. It's like she lived her life like a candle in the wind,
Like a candle in a cave.
like a candle in a cave, eh, Proteus?
It was on the hull of the ship that it
Yeah.
happened. The scene of the crime.
Yeah.
And I actually dashed all the way back to the cave with the head, and then back to the boat.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Cool.
And
I'll
Proteus
tell you
tried
that for
to
free.
sneak. Shit! I will leave Proteus if there's any more information he wants to give about what happened down below. I won't ruin it, but it was very interesting. Very interesting.
Phenomenal. Cool. That was.
All right.
I actually felt like the fates, like I had no choice. I had to go down that path.
Yeah.
And I just had to kill her. It was really rough.
No, that's the cool thing about it, because like that's why I was playing my character so hard, but I was actually loving the fact that breakup of trust. It's like, no, that's cool.
Oh, well, we'll see you guys next week.